The International Business Times is reporting that the activist group Anonymous has attacked official websites of the Saudi Arabian government in protest of their plans to behead and crucify Ali Mohammed Bakir al-Nimr. Now, this guy is a Shia activist and a protester who was picked up by the Saudi government, and now they want to kill him. Now, they made up this bullshit story about how, no, he had a gun, and he was stealing from people. Human rights organizations say that's total bullshit. So, you know, this was at the time when the Arab Spring was happening, and there was some popular sentiment rising up against the Saudi government for understandable reasons. This guy was a Shia activist and a protester, and, of course, our butt buddy, favorite government ever, Saudi Arabia, was like, yeah, we don't tolerate dissent. You're going to die. And not only are they going to kill him, like I said, behead and then crucify. Because, you know, these guys are moral. So, they, you know, they're not just going to kill the standard way where you do the death penalty. It's got to be behead and then crucify. Because you got to do it the right way when you kill somebody. What, are you not civilized? So he was 17 years old when he was arrested. He's 21 years old now. Quote, the final appeal to the Saudi courts was dismissed earlier this month, and he's due to be put to death at any moment, they say. So Anonymous responded, quote, Ali Mohammed al-Nimr, an innocent young teenage boy, has been sentenced to death in Saudi Arabia, and we will not stand by and watch. This message goes to the King Salman bin Abdelaziz Al Saud and the Saudi Arabian government. In the last video, we demanded the release of Ali Mohammed al-Nimr. It seems you have ignored our letter and video directed to you. Since you have ignored our wishes, we will now take action for your ignorance. So they did a giant cyber attack. They brought down some websites that were affiliated with the government. And if I'm not mistaken, or at least they alluded to in the article in the International Business Times, some of those websites are now back up. And what I want to say to Anonymous right now is, keep going. Don't stop. Be tenacious. Because they have resources, they have, you know, ways around it and whatnot. And somebody's got to stand up and do something. And this is a good way of trying to say, hey, pricks, cut it out. Now, will it work? I don't know. It probably won't work. But at least this shows that people care enough to take some sort of action that will at least inconvenience the people who are in power over there. Now, putting that aside, so credit to Anonymous for what they're doing here, and they should continue. U.S. government, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Because you know, President Obama is not stupid. And, you know, other officials in the administration, they're not dumb. What are you doing, man? You got to do something. Now, I'm not a crazy Republican, so I'm not in favor of starting a war with Saudi Arabia, and while we're at it, because you know they want this, start one with Iran, too, and just fight everybody everywhere. Blah! No, we're rational, we're intelligent, and we try to figure things out in a smart way. So why not, you know, have a meeting, put some pressure on them somehow? And I know the way the relationship works, if you put too much pressure, then, ooh, they'll fuck you with oil, and then, ooh, that'll hurt our currency. And I know that there's international issues going on here economically with this. But isn't that the core of the problem anyway? The core of the problem is the U.S. and other nations too, but definitely the U.S., we've decided that economic relationships are more important than anything else, including the most obvious immoral actions ever. So, how much is enough? I mean that. How much is enough? I mean, here we are. We rightly are just outraged at how immoral ISIS is and what they do. But the Saudi government, again, they're Salafists. That's the ultra-conservative fundamentalist interpretation of Islam, the furthest right-wing you can have. It's the same ideology that ISIS has. Saudi Arabia's beheaded over 100 people this year. And they're doing it for shit like witchcraft and sorcery and drug smuggling. And what does the U.S. say about that? If you look at what do they say about ISIS? Oh my God, terror is unbelievable, kill them. When it's Saudi Arabia, you know, the government is too busy giving handjobs to the Saudi royals because we love that oil. So we got to find a way to, over time, stop this toxic relationship. I mean, if there weren't enough reasons already to kind of wean our way off fossil fuels and get to renewable technology and have sustainable energy, well, this is the best answer yet. We need to start that process now, because I'm tired of us idly sitting by while one of our top allies does the most immoral actions.